You're watching WGN Midday News.
In today's lunch break, it's a great question and we're answering it. What kinds of wines to pair with certain foods for Valentine's Day? Dan Amatuzzi is the founder of Wine for the Student, and he's the beverage director of New York's Italy. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And the famed restaurant, of course, is opening here in Chicago as well.
It is. Yeah, the corners of Wabash and Ohio.
Right.
We're hoping for late 2013.
And it's a huge space, and just great Italian foods and great, wonderful wines as well. So give us some ideas here, because I think it tends to be really intimidating for people, this idea of what wines to choose. I think especially if we go outside of this country and go for, say, an Italian wine.
Right. The good thing is there's plenty of wine out there today, and no matter what your tastes are, no matter what your budget is, there's definitely something for you. And so local wine shops or restaurants are great resources to use people to find what you like.
Right, and that's the thing I think people don't realize. Just go in, ask for a taste of things, or just ask for some advice, and people are really happy to do that.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to get your advice today.
Right.
So if we're starting out here, we've got some fruit and some hard-boiled eggs.
So we're planning Valentine's Day, and we all know that you can't always celebrate the day of or the night of, so we prepared 4 different options for you in case you can't spend it next Thursday. First is going to be brunch, possibly next weekend. And so if you're celebrating brunch, be it eggs or omelets or fruit or even waffles or pancakes, we're going to go with a light, crisp white wine from northern Italy. BFini is the producer, and it's made from Pinot Grigio. We're way up in the northern Italian Alps, and so it's really cool, really alpine climate, so the wines are really lean, really crisp, and very fresh.
That's one of my favorite white wines, is a Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio.
That's awesome.
But again, it's also a little bit lower in alcohol, so it's not really going to you're going to wake up, have brunch, they're not going to conk out.
Right, since it's the morning,
kind
a
of
little
keeps you
lower
going.
alcohol content is probably good.
But yeah, it's clean and refreshing.
Lovely idea. And I love these glasses here. They've got a little spot for your thumb.
They are, kind of foolproof. You can't really fall. You can't really let it go.
That's perfect.
Moving on to if you're going to cook a dinner at home, we have a red wine from southern Sicily. The producer's called Pozzi, and it's made from Sicily's most important grape, Nero d'Avola. So Nero d'Avola always has these nice silky, soft, kind of dark, brambly fruit flavors. But this is nice because it kind of comes from farther inland. We're in Marsala country, and it's kind of higher elevation, which makes the wines a little bit lighter, not so opulent, not so brooding, so very silky and very soft. Perfect for a pasta or also meat or chicken or anything else.
All right, I want to taste this one since you said it was light. Oh, light that's still really hearty and flavorful.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
All right, so make note of this one, folks. I tasted it for you. It's really good.
And it retails for about $9.99, so
oh, you're kidding.
Can't beat it. No.
Oh, good price as well.
Go.
That is perfect. I love when you bring us some ideas of good wine that we don't have to spend a fortune on. Perfect. All right, so we're going to do some meats and cheeses. I love this idea, just with some crackers or some crusty bread.
This is for if with some friends, you're going to go out later that night, so any night of the week. So yes, kind of some nibbles, and we're going to go to California, actually. We're going to go to the winery called Girard in Napa Valley. They own vineyards in both Napa and Sonoma. So in Sonoma, it's a little bit cooler. They grow white grapes. They make these really beautiful round Chardonnays. And in Napa, they also own different vineyards, and they have Cabernet Franc, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, Malbec, and they blend all those grapes together to make this wine. This is their Meritage Red called Artistry, and it's based on Cabernet Sauvignon. It's in the style of like a left bank Bordeaux, which means Cabernet based. But they take all these different grapes and they make this really round wine.
What do you mean by round wine?
It's soft, it's velvety, it's not so biting, not so tannic, not so cloying.
Okay.
And when a wine spends some time in oak barrels, that's how they kind of soften it up and make it very approachable.
Oh, interesting. All right, Tom.
But a wonderful producer. They've been around for about 30 years, and again, they make really beautiful wines. They make even higher ones and also more entry-level wines. This is like middle tier. This is $39.99 about. But again, a little more powerful, a little more structured.
I was going to say, I don't know about round, but it's strong.
It's strong. And the reason
smokes.
why we want these kinds of wines for this kind of food is because of the tannin that's found in these wines. So tannin is found in grapes and the skins, also oak barrels. It gives the wine that kind of that chew you feel on the side of your cheeks.
Right, exactly.
And that's perfect for cheeses and meats because it cuts through the protein structure and also the fat structure of meats and cheeses.
Oh, see, there's a reason why we choose these wines. It's not just because they want to put rules on us here.
Yeah, we drink and eat because it's meant to be.
Okay, and then the bubbly for dessert.
So this is the bubbly, and this is kind of your late night seduction. This is when you're home with your sweetheart, and you don't want the night to end. So we're gonna go with a little prosecco, and this is a producer called Enza. So we're back in northern Italy, and they're based right between the two towns, Valdobbiadene and Conegliano, which are kind of the two major towns for prosecco production. And but it's light, it's crisp, it's fresh. And a lot of times people have problems with Prosecco because they say it's too fruity or it's too sweet. But I think this one incorporates, it has those peach and a pear fruit profile, but again, it's lean and crisp and really dry.
That's lovely, and I'm one of those people. I think the Prosecco can tend to be a little sweet, but this is really lovely.
Very good. So we want like any sweets, any chocolates, because that effervescence, that carbonation can really kind of clean your palate, but it also kind of excites you, gets you ready. And if you don't want to go to bed, hopefully you don't, this will kind of keep you engaged.
This is wonderful. Thank you for all of these ideas and the introduction to the restaurant, which is coming to Chicago. So fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to learn more, you can check out wineforthestudent.com. And for today's pairings, the wine list here, you can also watch the segment again and see what we talked about in terms of why you will like these wines. Go to our website, WGNTV.com/midday. And we'll be right back.